Hi, this is April Watts hanging out still in the Richkat Mobile Cigar Lounge. I have been having a great time. First of all, the lounge is fancy. I'm meeting some very interesting people, and one of those interesting people that I'm talking to right now is Mr. Keith Fisher. How are you?
I'm good, April. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It's a pleasure to be talking to a fellow DC native.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of people in DC nowadays. Most of them are not the natives.
That is true. That is a true statement.
What part of town are you from?
So I grew up in actually Northwest.
Okay, uptown boy.
Uptown. Well, I like to call it Midtown.
Midtown?
Yeah.
So where?
So I was closer to Florida Avenue.
Okay.
Georgia Avenue. I grew up on Georgia Avenue.
Okay, good
Closer
stuff.
to Florida Avenue side. So that's why I say Midtown.
Good stuff, good stuff. How long have you been smoking cigars?
Consistently, probably for about the last maybe 15 years. Off and on, probably the last 20, 25.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
What about cigar smoking do you like? Because I've noticed that it does something different for each person.
So I guess I enjoy, for me, is the complexity of it, and just it's the, you know, I'm more of a mild, well, more of a medium to full body cigar smoker. So it's just, you know, for me, it gives that kind of richness and just relaxing. It helps me, you know, relax and just, you know, just enjoy most times the fellowship and camaraderie that I have with others.
A lot of people say that. What do you think it is about cigar smoking that kind of nurtures or fosters that environment of fellowship and brotherhood?
Well, it's an icebreaker for one. It allows you to bring, you know, people of different backgrounds, culture, ethnic groups all come together, and then allow you all to feel comfortable to expose yourself, to tell your story. You know, everybody has a story, so it allows you to sit down and be able to feel comfortable with someone and let your eyes up, for lack of a better word, your hair down to say,
I ain't got no hair, man. Come on now.
You need to do that. But you know, so it gives you opportunity. I just look at it as just like I said, it's an icebreaker. Just a time for people to get together and fellowship, men or women, and you just kind of, you know, find yourself in the zone, and it relaxes people. I think that's a big thing, you know, because everybody has their outlet, you know, things they do. You know, yours may be shopping, you know.
How'd you know? How'd you guess?
You know, after work, you know, most people want to, you know, either, you know, go somewhere and relax and have a cigar. Sometimes you may want to talk to somebody. Sometimes you just want to be there by yourself. And then, you know, it may give you an opportunity to, you know, kind of bring you down before you go home and maybe deal with, you know, whatever you have to deal with at home. It just depends, you know. So
okay. So Keith, you said everybody has a story.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Well, I mean, my story is, you know, well, it depends on where you're coming from, but my story, I would say, is, you know, just from where my upbringing, where I started life, you know, George Avenue, single family home, to where I'm at now, you know, where people, you know, growing up, you know, people didn't think that I would accomplish the things that I've accomplished or amount to the man that I am today. And, you know, there was a lot of obstacles, a lot of adversities in the way, but I chose to overcome those. And everybody has a path, you know, and you choose that path.
Well, first of all, you balled your way out of the hood. You got a basketball scholarship.
And that was my early part of my outlet.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that was definitely something that I kind of stuck close to help me get through.
And you must have been pretty good at it because you were not too long ago inducted to your college's Basketball Hall of Fame.
I was pretty good.
You're trying to be modest, man.
I was pretty good.
How tall are you?
6'4".
Whew. A whole lot of height there.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you went from college to doing analysis for the government. What do you do?
So currently I work for the federal government doing cost management and budget. So I basically help managers, you know, with their decisions as far as, you know, how they're going to do their expenditures, how they're going to expense their accounts, things, you know.
Okay.
And also how to kind of manage their teams.
Okay.
So, you know, I let them know where their expenses are, and, you know, and make sure that also as far as their employees are, they're coding things correctly. So it's more indirect and direct costs of things that I do.
Interesting, very interesting. What I also find interesting is how people connect. Yes, of course, like everybody that I've met so far that's involved in the Richkat lifestyle has one thing in common, and that's great energy.
Yes.
Waleed and Leslie, great energy. You have great energy.
Yeah.
Your wife has great, like everybody I've met so far has great energy. But how did you actually become a part of the Richkat family?
So, Waleed and I met actually probably somewhere around 2007, 2008. And everybody has this, probably the same story. We all met at another friend of ours, Cigars lounge that he opened up. Guy named Chip, that we all, and that's kind of the common denominator of all of us that brought us together. And that's probably been maybe 10 more years ago. So at that point, we all still kind of close together, hang together. Yeah, I guess we're family, so we're part of the Richkat family.
Okay, and when you think of Richkat and the Richkat lifestyle, what do you associate with that?
I associate, professionalism. I associate, just the opportunity because, Leslie and Waleed are both, they're go-getters,
They are. They really are.
So I look at them as being very business-minded people, and just, opportunities. And also been a person that opened up their home and opened up their lounge to us as well, and their mobile stream. Just for people to have that experience, because at the end of the day, it's all about the experience, and that's what Cigars brings. It brings that experience. It brings you that opportunity to really sit down and get to know somebody, and you never know. And that doing that, you may find a business opportunity. It exposes things that you didn't know as far as what networking you can do. What people are doing, because we all come from different backgrounds, as I said earlier, and different cultures and different experiences that we trying to find ways to bring it together.
I love it. So at the end of the day, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what you do, at the end of the day, with the cigar lifestyle, it's all about experience.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Experience. Since you said it's all about the experience, I noticed you have a Richkat. Can I call that a stogie? What do you call them? Is that called a stogie? What is that called?
Cigar.
Well, cigar?
Yeah, I guess it could be along the line of a stogie.
What is a stogie? Because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to be fancy.
Stogies are related to hand rolled cigars.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a nice Richkat cigar right there. Let me see your experience of how you do what you do.
Absolutely. So normally, you grab it. What I like to do is just kind of get the flame going first a little bit.
I've been learning, so that's called toast the foot, right?
All
right.
Toast the foot, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's even around. And I might turn it a little bit. Just to get in, maybe a little. Now I'm ready.
All right. And speaking of experiences, it's time to get in your business just a little bit.
Okay.
You work for the government, you crunch numbers and all that stuff. Bureaucracy can sometimes be stressful.
Yes, it can.
After a stressful day,
Yes.
what cigar are you smoking? What liquor are you drinking? And what song are you listening to?
Wow. So, for me, probably, I might be smoking an Alice Bradley cigar, maybe a black market or gatekeeper.
Okay.
Drinking, I probably, everybody's a little different. So, I sometimes may do bourbon.
Okay.
A lot of times I make the tequila.
Okay.
And every now and then some vodka.
Okay.
The songs, I'm kind of old school, so I like my 90s hip hop.
Hey, okay.
So kind of like to wind down to that. So for the most part.
Okay, all right. So you have a lovely wife. I've met her.
Yes,
She's beautiful, creative. I love creative people. When you're having a romantic date night with your wife, I would assume you would smoke something a little bit different. So what cigar would you smoke? What would you be drinking? And what song would you and the wife be listening to?
So probably it would be having a romance kind of date night, I might be smoking. I go to a Fuente. I like the Hemingway line, so I'll smoke either Opus X, as I have an Opus X hat on.
Okay.
Or I'll smoke, it's called an Untold Story. In drinking, maybe, as I say, maybe tequila or maybe drinking wine. Most of the time wine would first.
Yeah, wine for the romance, wine and diner and all that good stuff. All right, and finally, when you're here on the Richkat, what's it called? Airstream, right? I'm learning all the terminology. When you're here on the Richkat Airstream with the fellas and y'all turning up a little bit, talking that fella talk, what are you going to be smoking? What are you going to be drinking? And what song would you guys be listening to?
Well, with the fellas, so that would probably vary. We sometimes share sticks, so I might be smoking let me see, I still might be smoking an Untold Story. That's kind of my favorite cigar.
Mm-hmm.
I also maybe smoking a Cuban.
Okay.
Epicure number 2. And as far as drinking, most time with the fellas is either bourbon or whiskey with them. Some of the guys drink scotch. And music, we're probably anywhere from go-go to 90s.
I knew you were going to hit the go-go. I was like, this is a DC dude. There's no way he's not going to slide some Chucks, some EUs, or some S's or something up in there. Thank you so very much. You have been a pleasure. And Keith, I love to get wisdom from people. And I'm really interested to hear from a person like yourself, having come from one environment to work your way up to a certain level of success. I know you have some wisdom to offer. So can you give us one life hack?
So I would say, I would put it this way. I would say, embrace the journey, understand your path, and be a fan of the experience.